All right, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, February 15th, 2013. All right, we're going to do a little recording here of the trade setups as they come along, as well as we can anyway this morning. Right here on gold, this is the trend line as price approached the BBC. It hit the BBC right here, and you had red on the cycle on the up close, so you need a close and up close above the trend line. The up close above the trend line was right here. I'm a little late getting this trade on, so we're not going to do it now. But that was the spot to enter right there at 1616.5. It ran up to 1617.2. My stop would be a break even right now on that trade if I had taken it. Frank, and yes, you are right. The ES has been tradable this morning. Right there on that up close, or that up close, or that up close, right in there. Right now on the ES, as it's pulling back down to the BBC, we have bullish divergence. So you'd be looking over there for a little opportunity. The next weekly trading zone is 24.25, so it does have some room to move. And if they're going to end the week on a high note, then that would be great. Is there a trade on soybeans right now? Well, the soybean pits don't open until for another hour. Okay. There is a setup here. You need a down close below the trend line because there's blue on the cycle. Okay, because there's blue on the cycle. The color on the MA doesn't matter on the MA1, Andrew. Okay, let's see. Let me scroll up a little bit. You been looking at that picture I sent you last night, Frank? A little bit? Doug, I'm surprised it's just expiring now. Okay, on the 10K. Hello, Barbara. No, but it's just going to be really slow otherwise. The question was, do I recommend trading only when the pit session is open? And she was referring to the soybeans, I think. You need a down close below this trend line. All right. Actually, the black line is above the green right now, so there's no trade here on the beans. The NQ is testing the BBC right here. Let me find my NQ down. Oh, I closed my NQ down yesterday and traded it for something. I don't remember what natural gas, it looks like. It's what I swapped it out with. So let's look at the natural gas, okay? Natural gas is pulling down here toward the BBC. We don't have any bullish divergence there yet. On the NQ, there would be a short trade right here at 27.70 even. Right there. Okay. Crude oil is a mess right here. And gold looks pretty messy now too. No, I'm not trading the yen. I am not trading the yen. Okay, not on a Friday. Not on a Friday. All right. Now you see here the natural gas is pulled down to test the BBC. It looks to be going right through the BBC. But we'll see. An up close on this bar. We have just a little bit of bullish divergence right here. An up close on this bar would be a Dragonfly Doji out of context. In context, the Dragonfly Doji would be down here. Right? Like this Gravestone Doji up here is in context because it's at the swing high. Okay. Okay, Doug. If you can do it sooner, I can get your name on a list and get you set up for a while. Right, I have until 3 p.m. and then today. Today's the final chess day. I wouldn't trade the Aussie dollar either, Christopher. Anything that's way over there, where it's already tomorrow. On the other side of the world. When I say way over there, I actually point that way. toward the Atlantic. You guys can't see me doing that, of course. All right. Yeah, Doug, give me a call if you want. If you have time, give me a call in between. Well, maybe 12:30. I don't know. It depends. When I'm done with my recap, then if you can give me a call. Okay, because I'm going to be straight out today after I finish up. I know, and I gotta. We still haven't moved all my mother-in-law's stuff out of the Alzheimer's facility, so I've been trying to do that a little at a time. And my son's got his last chess tournament today, and my daughter's got her last. It's not her last basketball thing, but she's got basketball today too. So I'm gonna be running around like crazy. All right. On crude and on gold and on the ES. Look at this ES right here, guys. We had an up close above the trend line here on the ES right here. All right, there's a little bit of bullish divergence to go with it at 15.20 and a quarter. How unusual. Okay, on the crude oil, we're about to get some bullish divergence. It's not there yet. If this bar closed down, we would have the bullish divergence. On the gold, okay, nothing happened over there with the natural gas. So I'm just going to slide the gold over here. On the gold, we have a tiny bit of a divergence right here, and we have a trend line. We have a lot of momentum in this move down right here, but let's see what happens with this bar. Okay. On the crude, right here we had the up close at 95.85. That looks tradable right there. I'm trying to enter at 95.85. I haven't filled yet. If this bar closes up like that, I'm going to take my order off. Okay, I took my order off. I was a little slow on that one. Crude oil was right there at 95.85. You have a little bit of room left in here, but they're both going up, so you should at least get up here to 95.92. Okay, I'm going to slide that over. And let's see. There's the down close over here on the gold. 1613.9. I'm going to try to enter on that. I'll try and enter. Oops. Hang on. 1613.9. Okay, I got an order on there at 1613.9. I haven't filled yet. Okay, now I filled at 1613.9. Oops. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to move my target up here to 12.9. Okay. And get down there. Going to lock in some profit. And there we go. There's the 2 points, guys. Done. What time is it? 9:43. 9:43. Right there, 0.9 to 0.9. Right, I gotta write it down. That was my second trade, by the way. My first one was a break even in the pre-market. $9.43, so it took what, 13 minutes? 2 trades. And 100. There. Excellent, Jeanette. All right. Now, I don't have any orders on there anymore right at the moment. Okay. All right. Thanks, Bert. I have my crude oil chart where my gold chart's supposed to be. Oops. Okay, well, you can see the green line got down into the cycle here on the crude. The opportunity would have been to close down below the trend line right in here at 95.61, but the green line's already down there. All right. Right there at 95.61 would have been the spot on the crude oil. Gold is setting up another one, but I don't really like it because the cycle's way up here. Okay. Seth, we still have to talk. Glad you made 5 ticks, though. Man, and today's going to be crazy. We'll definitely do it sometime over the weekend. Let's just plan on that. Do you want to have a meeting where we're looking at charts, or do you just want to talk on the phone? Because just talking on the phone would be a lot easier to do. Okay, well then we'll have to plan something where we can sit down. Okay, we'll have to set up a time and all that. Alright, so the down close was over here. On the crude oil was right in there. Alright, now the green line has worked its way down into the cycle, so what do we anticipate? More divergence, okay? Should pull back up and head back up toward the BBC and give us some more divergence like this. You see that? Now there's a lot of momentum right here. This move right down right here has a lot of momentum in it. So now we can draw a trend line. We have 2 bars. We can draw a trend line. Now we have the divergence. So now we can take the crude trade. If we get a down close below this trend line, this bar has a high of 47. It's going to have a low of 43. We could take that if it closed down at 43, but if it doesn't, then we'll just have to look at the next one. Okay, now we've got to redraw the trend line. You see how that wick is sticking out of the bottom right there? Oops, how that wick is sticking out of the bottom? So we have to redraw the trend line so it takes that wick into account. We have blue on the cycle here, so we're not going to take a bounce off the BBC. We need a down close below the trend line. Okay. Oh yeah, big pullback on the ES. Okay, but it's, well, the entry would have been right here on this up close at 20 and a quarter. Your stop would have been at 18 and a quarter down here. Okay. So let's just see what that does. The entry on the ES would have been right there. All right, now we've hit the BBC over here, and this is important that you notice this. We've hit the BBC on the crude oil, so we're not going to adjust the trend line anymore. You see how we have another wick right here sticking out of the bottom? We're not going to adjust the trend line for that because we've hit the BBC. Now we have a down close below, so we can trade it. 95.45. I'm short at 95.46 right now. 95.46, 8 ticks risk. We'll see what it does right here. I'm not in love with this trade because the cycle's headed up, but I'm in it. So, you know, what I want to see is a down close below the black line right here. That would be nice. There it goes. There it goes, guys. All right, I am locking in 10 ticks on that. I have 10 ticks locked in on that trade. We're at the low of the day. I'm going to lock in. Well, I'm out with 10 ticks. Sorry. Okay. Did you guys see that trade? Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. From there to there. Okay. Yeah, yes, I love it when that happens, Andrew. I love it when that happens. All right. Well, now on the recording that we've made, we now have 20 ticks profit. I need to have a couple good, you know, like $500 days to get us. We have a short month this month, and then with the, you know, with all the family stuff that I had going on, you know, I don't have as many days to hit that $4,000 mark, and we're only halfway there right now. We're halfway through the month, but we're only halfway to the $4,000 mark too. Yeah, and the gold trade, I know. That one that I was in over here. Look at that thing. If I'd have just let it go, huh? But we nailed it. We nailed the trade. We got the direction perfectly right. Our entry was timed just right. There's another one setting up over here, but gold is a little, I don't know. It's a little jumpy right now. It's 9:50. It is setting up long. That's true, Kyle. It's 9:50. We have a high impact news event coming out, and it's one of those news events that can be bought. So I'm going to stay out of the market here till about probably the next 9 or 10 minutes, probably. I'm not actually going to trade. I'll go through all the trades that set up, but I'm not actually going to trade. Okay. All right. Now on the gold, it just gave an up close above the trend line, but the black is below the green. So unless you were doing the black line trade, in which case you would have entered right here, you're not going to be taking this trade. Okay. Yeah, I was in it, Mark. I traded it. This is I put a target at 2 points on that one because I just wanted to get my 2 points. But normally on gold I don't even have a target, so I would have been just trailing my stop all the way down. Okay, I would have just been trailing my stop all the way down on that bad boy. But I wanted to get my 2 points out of the way, so I just put my target there at 2 points. Not being greedy. But now I'm up. Now I'm up $200 a contract right now. But we entered right here. This is what I actually entered in this trade, Mark. Right here. I shorted right there and I took profit right there. But normally I wouldn't have a target on it. Normally I would just let the thing go. Okay. What happened, Brad? Why is it... You sent me an email last night, didn't you? You told me last night. We got to get that fixed. Okay, you sent one to Leslie. All right. Over here, the normal setup was right there. That was your normal entry. I'm going to slide that off. I'm going to slide crude oil off for a minute too. Actually, crude almost has a setup here. It didn't pull away in here. If you were doing the black line, let's see. If you were doing the black line, there was an entry right here at 95.48. All right. Daniel. You mean my layout, Daniel? Yeah, I'll send it. I'll send it to him. Is he watching right now? I know. I saw he signed up for the trial earlier. Okay. I sent him a thing earlier. Are you with him? So can you tell him how to upload it, or does he want the actual... I'll send everything. Okay. Okay. Oops. use that one. Does anybody else want my layout? I'm going to have to make a new video that's faster, so it will be smaller. Okay. Layout and pictures. If you have Verizon, I can't send you the layout and a video if you use Verizon. There is news coming right now, actually. I think the consumer sentiment just came out, I think. Let me check it out. 9:55, yeah, the University of Michigan consumer sentiment just came out. Okay. Oops. What happened? The consumer sentiment was a high impact. They were expecting 74.8, and it came out at 76.3. The inflation expectations were 3.3%. Okay, that's all we have for news events today. Oops. Oh, geez. Hang on a sec, guys. Okay, sorry. All right, I was right in the middle of doing something. None of them opened. That's odd, Rod. Odd, Rod. Did you have to reinstall the indicators too, or were all the indicators still? Oh, you did. You had to go out to the indicator store and reinstall the indicators, Rod. Okay. It could be that your layout just got smashed somehow. Jeanette, yeah, you will be able to. If you, what the market replay does is it records the ticks. Okay, for up to 5 different markets. So you can watch that whenever you want afterward. Okay, I was in the middle of sending my layout pictures and a video. And Joe, you wanted it. And Daniel, you wanted me to send it to Fritz. Right. All right. I gotta find it. I made an extra picture last night. Daniel, were you in the meeting last night? I know it's like really early for you. But I know sometimes you... Okay, you slept last night. Alright. Then I'll CC you on this too. What's the date today? The 15th? So my 211 layout is the right one. Yeah, you slept as well, Dan. 15 more ticks, Frank? Oh, yeah, it's working out. That entry over here is working out after all. 18 and a quarter was where the stop would have been, and it's working out after all. So the yes is just crazy, isn't it? Oh, today is the 15th. Yes, thank you. Today is the 15th. I got that. But when I saved my layout, I save my layout every Monday. And then I use the same layout all week. That's what I do. That's what I was looking for. And you know what? The import-export thing I may just start sending a link to that instead of actually sending the video file. That's what I think I'll do. Sweet, Frank. All right. Canned response layout. Does anybody else want my layout right now? Anyone? Anyone? All right, the Russell must be moving too. That's right, Daniel. I said I was going to send it to you. The file is going to be, it's what, 10? Hey, what's up with that? Well, we'll see. Okay, Ron. Tell me now, guys, before I send it out. All right. Let's see, the NQ. If you took this one over here, it went nowhere. It turned around, didn't really give anything over here. It was pretty choppy until all the news came out. And then when the news came out, the PMI was better than expected, or whatever it is. It was better than expected. There's nothing there. No trade there because we didn't have any divergence. There would be a long trade right in here on the NQ. It's a little long in the tooth for me. I don't even have an NQ DOM open. I closed it yesterday. But I wouldn't take this right here. The ES, if you got into the ES here at 20 and a quarter, it's up at 21.75. I would lock in a point on that. Trail your stop behind the black line. You see we're up into the cycle here with the green line. So I would take that. Oh, Frank, you just typed all that in. Great. You're reading my mind, Frank. That's awesome. All right, let's look at these soybeans now. Nope, nothing yet on the beans. All right, it's 10:03. It took us 13 minutes this morning, 2 trades to make the 2 points, but we're now up better than that. Okay. Let me see who is in here. Okay. Let's see. Let me go through these ES trades quickly here, okay, for the recording. Right here, we have, well, you didn't even need it because the cycle was still blue, right? You had your bullish cross, your pullback test to the BBC, and an up close right there with divergence and a blue cycle. So the first entry was right here on the blue, right here on the up close. All right, that went up a little tiny bit, came back down, hit the BBC, and bounced up again. If you didn't get it over there, you could have gotten it again right here. All right, that went up about, what's that, 1 1/4. Came back, bounced off the BBC again right here. That one went to full 2 points. Then there was another entry right here at 2 1/4. That drew down about a point and a half. And it's now gone up a point and a half. I believe, right? It was at 2 1/4 and it went up to 21.75, so it's gone up a point and a half. You see the green line has gotten into the cycle over here, which is what you anticipate when you get divergence, that the green line is going to work its way up into the cycle. It's done that, so you should anticipate a pullback now. All right. Let's go over the trades that we actually took. On gold, I was looking to get my 2 points on this trade right here. All right, we didn't have a ton of divergence in here, so it was telling us we didn't have much room to run. Something happened in here to make gold drop that fast. But either way, we shorted gold right here. We took our 2 points profit right here, and the thing kept going. Normally I don't have a target on gold. and I would have taken advantage of more of that, but it is what it is. That was the trade we took in there on gold. In the pre-market, when the news was released in the pre-market, we took a trade in here too, and it moved up, and we moved our stop to break even, and it took us out of break even before going up and hitting the 2 points there. So I would have gotten the 2 points this morning in a minute if I had not been as aggressive with my risk. Then it moved, in the next 3 or 4 minutes, it dropped down a couple more times here and gave us opportunity to take some shorts in here to get our 2 points. I missed both of those. It was moving quickly at that time. All right, right here, this up close right here is an opportunity to take a long if you want to. All right, right in there, that up close at 12.6. I'll draw the trend line for you. There's the trend line. There's the close above the trend line, and here's the bullish divergence. Now, as I said, I'm not going to take any trades here for a few minutes. But it's just about time. Actually, you know what? It's 10:06. We can trade again, I think. On this one right here, you just need an up close. Okay, that up close right there at 95.60, 95.61. You could get in right there. This is the trend line. Okay, but this is the bullish divergence. You have a blue cycle. You've tested the BBC with a blue cycle and the bullish divergence. So you don't need the trend line. I kind of like the trend lines myself, but I do all the trades. Terry, that is what we went over in the partners meeting last week. All right. That is what that is. Okay. Not yesterday, but last week's partners meeting. And let me just check this and make sure it made its way out there. It says directly listing successful. Let's do this.
Morning, Mike.
Good morning, Dwayne. All right. The thing is out there. Now I have to send an email. We got our 2 points in 13 minutes and 2 trades this morning.
Nice. Good job. Good job.
And we are up. We're up 10 on crude and 10 on gold right now. What the heck was I doing? I was going to send the layout. And Andrew's got his. So Andrew's going to switch to demo now, right, Andrew? I was sending emails. And there was something else I was going to do, too. What the heck was it? Link to pictures. Okay. You already got the pictures last night, Frank. All right. I'm sending it. When I say 2 points, Todd, what I'm talking about is the equivalent of 2 ES points in dollars. All right, so it's $100 a contract. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I should clarify that. But it's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of $100 per contract. All right. So right now we're up 20 ticks in gold and 20 ticks in crude oil. So we have the equivalent of 4 ES points right now. Okay.
And the only reason that Michael's continuing to trade on is because that's why we're here for 2 hours, is to show the trade setups over and over and to answer questions and et cetera.
Yep. The crude oil trade that I pointed out here to you guys a few minutes ago is working out just fine. Oh, I'm still recording. I wanted to shut the recording off so it doesn't get too big. That's what I was thinking earlier, Frank. I was going to shut the recording off. Yeah, and to make money, Andrew, of course. But everybody needs to make money. Not just me. Yes, Bert.
I just saying hello.
Oh, hey man, what's going on?
Not much.
Dwayne's in here too.
Good morning, Bert.
Hey,
How are
dude,
you?
what's going on? Good.
Oh,
All right.
busy week?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Beginning of the week I was catching up, and then some other things. But other than that,